Shalom, all praises to Yahweh, Ba Hashem, Yahweh Shah, Ba Hashem, Rukakwadash. The honors to the apostles, the elders. Salutations to you, sincere brothers, teaching in truth and sincerity. Lesson will be entitled, You Big Dummy. Circulating stories bring forth a war. Lord will, you are edified. Video was inspired by multiple videos from TikTok. First video comes from the platform Tomorrow News 001, fair use.
And new to the army. And she's like, I just wanted to show you what the army feeds us. And she opens up this box and it's got steak and lobster and desserts, a full to-go box full of extravagant food. She's like, wow, the army's not that bad. And the comments are like, oh no, we're cooked. They said, baby, you're about to deploy. And she's like, what? What do you mean? Baby, the army is not giving you steak and lobster on a random weekday. I'm talking about some, wow, why don't I join sooner? They treat us so well, steak and lobster, y'all should join. Baby, there's a war behind you. You about to go, you about to be sent off. And she's replying to all the comments, she's like, what do you mean? What are you talking about? What do you mean? Somebody was like, baby, I am a civilian and I know that's not good.
For example, if a person is an inmate that is about to be executed, normally, that person can make a request in regards to any dish of his choosing prior to his execution. And it's the same thing here.
Or they're just chowing down.
She's going to the Middle East.
So delicious, so delicious. I know for a fact, an hour later, she opens up TikTok to have this thing flooded with comments. She went from peacefully enjoying steak and lobster for lunch to pissing herself. Have y'all seen the video of this?
All right, so that was the first video. Let's go to the second video.
This girl
comes from the platform Global South World, again, off of TikTok, fair use.
We will give the same response to United States as we have gave to Israel. We will respond strongly and we will stop aggression from any side, be it Israel or United States. And we have given message to United States that we will respond very firmly and we will stop the aggression by anybody, including United States. We will give the same response to United States.
Okay. Third video comes from Bloomberg Politics, fair use.
ملت ایران بگن بیایید تسلیم بشید حرف عاقلانه ای نیست. افراد با خرد که میشناسن ایران رو، میشناسن ملت ایران رو، میشناسن تاریخ ایران رو، هرگز چنین حرفی رو بر زبان جاری نمیکنن. تسلیم چی بشن؟ ملت ایران تسلیم شدنی نیست. ورود آمریکا در این قضیه 100% به ضرر اوست. اونچه که او در این زمینه ضربه خواهد خورد به مراتب بیشتر است از اونچه که ایران ممکنه صدمه بخوره. صدمه آمریکا اگر ورود در این میدان بشه، ورود نظامی در این میدان بکنه، صدمه جبران ناپذیری خواهد بود بدون تردید. اینی که به ملتی
Okay. And final video comes from
Iran
platform Nancy Turk A, fair use.
Had nuclear weapons, as is always.
Pay very close attention. He makes beautiful points.
Alleged, this would not be happening. Israel would not be attacking Iran. America wouldn't dream of threatening to attack Iran if Iran had nuclear weapons.
Great point. Great fucking point.
If I can put it very colloquially, succinctly, nobody will ever attack North Korea.
Why?
They'll sanction it. They'll isolate it. They'll laugh at it. But they will never, ever attack it. Nobody will ever attack Pyongyang.
Why? But why?
Nobody will ever bomb Pyongyang. Because Pyongyang has a government that is bristling with nuclear weapons and has the balls to use them in extremis. If Iran...
And this makes so much sense. All right, so let's go to Ecclesiastes chapter 7 and verse 7. Surely oppression makes a wise man mad. And we are wise, beginning with the apostles of Great Millstone via the Holy Spirit. And this system is oppressive. This system promotes oppression, which means what? To press down from a spiritual sense and from a carnal sense. And a gift destroyeth the heart. In the case of that young lady, okay, you think on a random day through the week, they're feeding you steak and lobster, and a red flag did not ignite in your mind? Are you fucking crazy? See, Esau markets the military extremely well. You can travel throughout the four corners of the world, he will say. You can save money as you travel. You can get promoted and make more money. And when you finally come home, your money is stacked up. But guess what? He never tells you that your ass may have to go to war. And all wars are banker wars. Let's go to Hosea chapter 4 and verse 6. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. My people, so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans, based on the lineage of our fathers. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. And one reason Ecclesiasticus chapter 12 and verse 10. Never trust your enemy. They have no clue who is the enemy. For like as iron rust, so is his wickedness. And when it comes to the wickedness of so-called white people based on the lineage of their fathers, all you have to do is give it time, and eventually that wickedness will surface through their actions, okay, and their thoughts. Back into Hosea 4 and 6. Because you have rejected knowledge, I will also reject you, that you shall be no priest to me, seeing you have forgotten the law of your power, I will also forget your children. Let me go to Isaiah 30. Woe to the rebellious children, Israelites, said Yahweh, that take counsel but not of me. Right, because the prophets are indicating / instructing / informing / teaching you / prophesying to you to return to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, via the Spirit. However, we never told you to go to the so-called white man's military. But not of me, and that cover with a covering, but not of my spirit, that they may add sin to sin. And one way A person can cover with a covering. Okay, believing in the philosophies of America. For example, believing in the philosophy of fighting for your country, and therefore you join the army. The prophets instructed you to come to this truth and not to this man's war or this man's military. And again, when I'm saying this man, I'm referring to the Edomites. Okay, and in modern terms, they call them so-called white people. This is Matthew chapter 24 and verse 6. And you shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. Rumors in the Greek also goes into circulating stories. And eventually, these circulating stories will bring forth a war. Let's jump to Revelation chapter 11. And verse 14. The second woe is past, and behold, the third woe cometh quickly, or comes quickly. The second woe referring to what? WW2. And the third woe referring to WW3. And when we go into Revelation, the 9th chapter, and verse 12, one woe is past, referring to what? WW1. And behold, there come two woes more hereafter, referring to WW2 and WW3. Revelation 9 and 15. And the four angels were loose, which were prepared for an hour and a day and a month and a year, for to slay the third part of men. The third part of men. Now, you have three parts of men. You have the sons of the Most High, which are the Israelites. You have the sons of the wicked, which are the Edomites. And you have the sons of men, which are these other nations. This scripture is referring to the Edomites. Okay? And let me jump up to Revelation 9 and 14. Saying to the sixth angel, which had the trumpet, loose the four angels which are bound in the great river Euphrates. Okay? Loose the four angels, meaning what? Give them instructions, okay, to promote distress, turmoil. Because of what? Prophecy has to be fulfilled for WW3. The reason why we see what's going on right now, and things are intensifying and will continue to intensify until the event of WW3, is because you have angels over there getting busy, sealing these instructions in the mind of men for the event of WW3, saying to the sixth angel which had the trump, loose the four angels which are bound in the great river Euphrates, over there in the Middle East. Okay, provoke these men. Okay, provoke them, so the prophecy of WW3 can be fulfilled. Verse 15. And the four angels were loose, which were prepared for an hour and a day and a month and a year, for to slay the third part of men. And these angels don't give a damn about the concept of time. As long as they fulfill the will of the Most High, this is how they get off. Okay? Let's go to Isaiah 14:9. Hell from beneath is moved for you to meet you at your coming. It stirs up the dead for you, even all the chief ones of the earth. Okay, referring to these other nations. Okay, the dead is referring to these other nations. Okay, now hell from beneath is moved for you. Talking about what? The Edomites going down. Okay? And by default, that is hell for them. See, we are in the end of Esau's dominion, his so-called rulership, his so-called kingdom, which is his so-called heaven, which is our hell. But guess what? What goes around comes around. It has raised up from their thrones all the kings of the nations, showing you that the chief ones is referring to what? These other nations. Verse 10. All they shall speak and say unto you, are you also become weak as we? Are you become like unto us? Why? Because these other nations have been investing in their military. Okay? That's the reason why Iran is standing up. All right? Because we know, of course, WW3 has to be fulfilled, but also the Most High has put the spirit on them to invest in their weaponry. And then not to mention, they have the backing of Russia and China. And Iran will join Russia in the event of WW3. And this is based on the prophecy of Ezekiel, the 38th chapter. All they shall speak and say unto you, are you also become weak as we? And are you become like unto us? Right? Because nuclear technology does what? It levels the playing field. Verse 11. Your pomp is brought down to the grave, meaning what? Your pride is brought down extremely low. And the noise of your vows, the worm is spread under you, and the worms cover you. And this is going into what? A failing infrastructure. Okay? Look at the bridges, look at the roads, and so on and so forth. And that's another reason you know that a kingdom is going down, because their infrastructure fails too. And that's pretty much the point. One more precept. I think it's dragons. This is 2 Ezra 15 and verse 28. Behold, an horrible vision and the appearance thereof from the east. Verse 29. So what is this vision insinuating? Verse 29. Where the nations of the dragons of Arabia, okay, shall come out with many chariots, and the multitude of them shall be carried as the wind on earth, that all they which hear them may fear and trouble. Also the Carmanians, referring to what? The so-called Iranians. Raging in wrath shall go forth as the wild boars of the wood, and with great power shall they come and join battle with them. So Iran will join battle with who? Arabia, right? And this horrible vision is referring to or insinuating WW3. And shall waste a portion of the land of the Assyrians. Now, who are the spiritual Assyrians? America. And according to this AI overview, while Iran does not currently possess missiles capable of directly reaching the U.S. mainland, they do have missiles with ranges that could threaten U.S. forces and interests in the Middle East and surrounding regions. This is what this scripture is referring to shall waste a portion of the land of the Assyrians. Going back into what? They do have missiles with ranges that could threaten U.S. forces and interests in the Middle East and surrounding regions. Lord will, this was an edifying lesson. That girl is super duper stupid, okay? Hey, Shalom, Akim.